Hi, everybody. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hello, NYC. Oh, shoot. You know what I just realized? I don't know if I have my audio on correctly. Of course. Jennifer, can you hear me? Okay. It's because I have nothing plugged in. Okay. Good morning. Hey, did everybody notice that we gave you free coffee in Instagram? Coffee on Us today? Was that today? Yeah. Yes. So, did anybody snag that up this morning and was really productive? Went to Starbucks already, grabbed yourself a coffee on Us? Anybody? Annika, she does not. We don't even know. We're not even pregnant. We barely know what day it is. So,
Hello, everybody.
hey, good morning. I need to. You know how there's like so many things are happening over here.
Yeah, Starbucks. I have not gotten it yet. I will.
Me either. What are you drinking over there then? Anything?
A smoothie, really fancy.
I am drinking espresso with almond milk, but I buy it, made. It's like the brand that makes almond milk. I forget what brand it is.
Can you
Khalifa
hear me?
Farms or something like that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, but
Okay.
wait,
I
no
just want to make sure
dance
my
today,
mic's
everybody.
working. This is my shake. See, this is why I said it was fancy because I put it in one of these.
Oh, nice. Look at you with your paper straw too.
I
Okay, so
know.
my audio is on the wrong thing. Okay.
How do you get the free Starbucks? You go to Instagram, you make sure you follow us because you never know when we're going to give out something for free. And it's
Mhm.
in our stories. And so you can screen grab the barcode and then it's a coffee on us. So go ahead and get yourself a coffee on us.
And there is a limited amount on there, so get it while you can because who knows how many people have done it already.
Right. And it's while supplies last, but
Yeah.
also just, coffee on us. So just make sure that you leave enough for somebody else.
Yeah. Not coffee for I don't know. Yeah. It's
It's all right.
like coffee barcode etiquette
If
101.
it's one of those days that you really need it, it's fine. We got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure to follow us over on Instagram. Oh yeah, there's a snowstorm, so not going for coffee. I'm sorry about that. It's pretty my brother's in Texas and their shelves are bare there currently because of the storm prep.
Oh, Annika made that Delgana coffee. I did that one time. I used macadamia nut milk, though. I think that was my problem was using too specialty of a milk. Which when I told this to my sister, she's like, "You really just
You're like, it's
bougie over
Jasmine
there."
Starr's fault. It's
Yeah,
Jasmine Starr's fault. She
I
told
was
us all
like,
about
so
macadamia
I
nut.
made this Delgana coffee, and I used macadamia nut milk, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this story from you." Anyways, it fell flat. It didn't foam upright as fluffy as it should. I think it was because I used that particular type of milk. So just a heads up in case anybody's going to try it. Okay. Should we get on to IG?
Yeah, my emojis aren't working. Come on, emojis.
Okay.
Okay.
See here. I can't even move. Okay, there we go. All right.
All right. Let me make sure. Okay, ready? I'm going to go live. You ready for me?
Yes.
This background is really okay.
I know. I feel like mine is so plain right now. Like,
hey, it's Bosses and Breakfast. Welcome, welcome. It is coffee on us today. So watch this live. We'll tell you how to get coffee on the Product Boss, and we're really excited to jump into. Did you stall?
Shoot.
No, you're just frozen looking at your screen.
Why am I at Minna KS?
I don't know. You have to log out of your Instagram and get into another Instagram account.
No.
So I'll just talk to Instagram over here.
Shoot, I am Minna KS. Okay.
So Mina's trying to log in because it's like a first time thing for us every Wednesday.
No, I swear I was logged in on the right
Who
thing.
on
but
Instagram has gotten
Instagram's
coffee from us yet? Has anyone done it? Okay, I see Shop 1 and 5 logging in there, Mina. Looks like we're on roll. All right, let's bring you on and then we will jump into Bosses and Breakfast. It's Wednesday. Let's see where you are, my friend. Are you back? Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
There you are.
Hey, everybody. I did it. Bravo.
Oh, technology and us.
I know. So Jacqueline it was so funny because in her mastermind group, in our mastermind group, she was talking about how, we were kind of feeling, I can't remember what she was talking about, but she's like, yeah, it's just like how when there's an update on iPhone and, our grandparents and stuff or our parents are always like, what's happening here? And there's a learning curve to it. Well, this is us for here,
What I was talking about actually was somebody in our mastermind was talking, and this person is approaching $1 million business. So I just want you all to feel this way, right? So this person's approaching $1 million business, and they said they said something that I feel very aligned with. I'm sure you heard me say the story before, but that she didn't understand numbers. She didn't understand. She's like, I need to know my finances better. I need to understand my finances. She felt really overwhelmed by it. And so my response was, it's the same as technology. Like the older you get, the more opposed to change you are.
What's happening?
The files are in the computer. Anyone? Does anyone know that quote?
Spaghetti meatballs. No?
No.
Spaghetti with, what is that movie? Oh my God.
The files are in the computer. Anyone here? You are my
files
soulmate.
In the computer. Yeah.
The files are in the computer and they're hitting a computer. Anyone?
Is it The Office or
No.
Office Space?
No.
So what I thought it was that cartoon with Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, where he's like,
yes, who's a Facebook user on what? Tell me your name.
Zoolander. Oh yeah.
They go up to those old iMacs and they thank you and Moonlight Laserworks. I love you, all of you. And so they walk up to the old iMacs and they're trying to steal the files and they're like apes. They're like hitting the computer. They're like, the files are in the computer. They like did not understand digital.
No, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is when he's trying to get his dad to put the file into the thing to make the thing stop erupting or whatever. And he's like, drag it across the desktop. And the dad's like, he takes everything and like drags it across his computer desktop. Anyways, too funny.
Does anyone else feel like that when it comes to their finances?
Everybody. So I will tell you, I was saying this to our masterminder. I was saying my husband is actually like one of the smartest people. So smart. He's like the smartest person I actually know. He's so good with numbers and so good at everything. I mean, he has a doctorate in pharmacy. Literally can do stuff in his brain that I'm just like, I can't even think about that right now. And I always felt like he would need to explain things to me or he would need to help me with certain things. Then I realized I am much better at him than making money. So I don't need to know about the little details. I don't need to be in the weeds. I just need to look at a sheet, get the general idea and understand what those numbers mean and profit margin and certain things. But I don't need to know about, like, he knows a lot about investing, which I don't know about. He knows a lot about just, who knows? Obviously I don't even think about what he knows because it's stuff I don't want to know.
I just want to shout out real quick to Sarah and to Amanda Lee being my spirit animals when it comes to movies. So I just need to say that really fast because I know, do you know this one, Minna? What is this? The Center for Ants? Do you know that? You need to watch Zoolander. The only way we can be life partners. No, you need to watch it on repeat.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
Of course it's not. You weren't in fashion school when that movie was out.
Yeah. What is his name? I really like him though. Why can't I think of his name?
Night at the Museum is where I've gone now because I've got children and life is all around Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
I know. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh my God. Ben Stiller. Thank you. Got it in my brain.
He's fantastic. I love him.
Ben Stiller, thank you, Robin. Yeah, so thank you, Jennifer, everybody. Okay, see, it's not that we're not good at math. We just can't pull everything into our brain.
You know what? Once something goes in our brain, something plops right out. So good luck to the thing that just plopped out.
So every time you ask us a question, every time one of you asks us a question about business, we forget our children's names. We forget Ben Stiller's name. We don't know how to add. No. Well, this is fun this morning. So I'm going to just jump in really quick to the serious stuff. How many
Mhm.
of you have signed up for the free workshop series, the Product Boss's Guide to Your Best Year Yet? How many are you in it? Because tomorrow is our last one live right now for the workshop series. And then we have a week of implementation. And then starting on Valentine's Day, we're kicking into Bestseller Secrets Challenge. So we're so excited. There's
Mhm.
so many fun things happening.
Oh my
For
gosh,
those,
it's been a blast.
yeah.
The live workshop. So, how many of you? Let us know if you went to the other two. If you went to day workshop one was done method. Workshop two was scaling handmade and other product businesses, and then this week is the 80/20 rule for product based businesses. So this one is going to be super fun and super amazing. So how many of you are in and how many of you are coming on Thursday? I've lost all track of even speech right now.
And let us know so far, what was your favorite one? So
Yeah.
was it getting your to-do list done? Was it figuring out how to scale your product-based business? So let us know which one is so far has been your favorite. Murphy's Mill said I watched the videos because you can get the replay. So if you
Yeah.
haven't been there yet, you get the replay. So sign up today. It's theproductboss.com/best. Thank you for Product Boss team for putting that on here. I'm going to pin that. So the productboss.com/best, you'll get all of the replays. Plus you will get the live tomorrow. Plus you get instant access to our Facebook group when you go over there. And then the Bestseller Secrets Challenge. We're opening up the red carpet. We're moving the velvet rope. We're your bouncers. You're in. All the other
Mhm.
people, are still there.
We're
Are people,
people that are like,
come on in. You don't
yeah,
have to do anything.
not just the bouncers, but the trumpeters, you
The
know.
trumpeteer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what clubs you went to in your 20s. They have trumpeteers.
No, when you're someone's gonna go down a carpet, it's like a queen.
Yeah.
You're thinking of the club, and I'm
Well, I'm
thinking of,
thinking
like,
of, like,
royalty.
I'm thinking of big bouncer at a Vegas club, like, letting me in. Yeah. You're like, dun, da, da, da,
Yeah.
Cinderella.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way, there will be a velvet, there will be a red carpet, and we will let you all in.
Yes.
Yes, not, you don't have to do anything else. So the replays are available. Bestseller Secrets Challenge is a 5-day free challenge. It is completely changed this time around. So if you've done it with us in the past, should we tell them the exciting news of what we're doing?
We should because it's so exciting. This is like it's invigorated me, believe it or not, being introvert, but invigorated me for how even more excited I am for Bestseller Secrets Challenge. If you can believe it, it's like now it's over the top.
Not only will we have giant confetti behind us.
Right?
No, so what we've decided to do is what we've done in the past, and if you're in any of our challenges, you wake up in the morning on one of the 5 days and there is a video in your inbox,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what typically would happen.
we go live answering questions. Well, the workshops have been so successful. Hundreds and hundreds of you have shown up at these
So
workshops.
fun.
Yeah, so fun. We're able to interact. We're able to in real time teach that we're actually taking the challenge and we're going to teach it live. Um,
Completely live. We decided to change the entire thing to a live challenge. So now it's Bestseller Secrets Challenge live.
it's like Kelly and Ryan live, or what's the like morning
Yeah.
shows live.
Kelly
Uh,
and Ryan. Is that who it is?
I don't know. We're on Bosses and Breakfast when their shows are airing.
Yeah. So isn't that exciting, everybody? The entire challenge will be live.
Yeah.
So
And so it's like a deeper teaching. They're going to be slightly
mhm,
longer. It's you're still going to get the replays, but we're going to teach them live to you. And so
we're going to work through it with you.
Yeah. So it's going to be really great because if any of you have been in these workshops and they've been live, I think the thing this is for me, is that when things get delivered to my inbox, I also just kind of wait on it. I'm like, oh, I'll get to it all. But what we
Uh-huh.
want to do is we really want to encourage you all to make changes in real time. So set aside that time for the challenge, show up for yourselves. We're actually not going to do Bosses and Breakfast that week because we want you all there at the live. Right. If
Mhm.
you're able to sit here with us for an hour and 10 minutes, typically, maybe an hour and a half, depends on how
Yeah.
long we want to talk for. No, but we
Yeah.
want you to come live and work through stuff with us and really
Mhm.
make those like really big changes in your business. So you're still going to get the replay, but we're going to be totally live and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we're so excited about it. It's when the magic really happens is on the live. So it's kind of rewarding the people that do show up live, even if you can get to one, or all of them. And even if you're watching the replay, when you show up live to something, it's just a different energy, a different dynamic. And then you can still absolutely go back and rewatch. So we're super excited because the lives are where oftentimes, and especially in the workshops, because we're helping you through the concepts, helping you through the training, we're really able to create some big aha moments and really make the impact that we want to make. Because that's at the end of the day, we want you to create an impact for your business. We want to change it to be more profitable and more aligned with your life. So we're really excited.
Yeah, we're really excited. So we'll see you in there. Make sure to sign up at theproductboss.com/best. And then that way you can just get instant access to that. You will get access to the replays, and we're just really
Mhm.
excited. So we wanted to talk about something really interesting today. So here's a question. I know we've set goals with you, like in the beginning of the year, we set goals, right? We gave you like the idea of a good, better, best goal, revenue goals. So who can share in the comments what their goals are? Like it could be your whole year goal. It could be your goal over the next 90 days. It could be a short-term goal, a long-term goal for your business. So who wants to share a goal in the comments or
And
their
it could
goal?
be, your business goal as far as revenue, or it could be something in your business that feels like a bigger goal. Like I know we had worked on, by the end of this year, 2022, what would my business look like? So it might not be revenue based. It might be I would have a team, or I'm taking a vacation by the end of the year, and my business is still moving. So those I know were some goals that we had pop up as well.
Mhm. So yesterday, getting wholesale started over here at Calistera. Amazing. Oh,
Perfect.
a couple of people are saying Laurel Lane, grow wholesale. 30-day goal is Calistera is getting started on wholesale, be able to set goals from somebody. Um, add 4 new cover options to my planner, hit 250,000, getting design
Hit
structures,
100,000. Um,
move my production space with 2 part-time employees. I want to increase my sales 20% by this year, increase my wholesale the first quarter, at least 2 customers. Okay,
mhm.
keep putting them in. Just like
Website, other platforms, craft shows, um, get my systems and team in place so I can take off for 3 weeks in the summer. Love
that's
that.
good. 6 figures and profitable this year. Someone said just joined Multi-Stream Machine to work through and implement. Amazing.
Yay.
Wait, welcome to MSM. Okay, so as you're all putting in your goals, which we love, does anyone here feel overwhelmed by their goals? Like, I have this big goal, but I don't know how to get there. I have this big goal. I want this to happen, but it just feels like a lot or overwhelming, or I'm not sure how I'm going to get there. I know I want to get there, but I don't know how. Anyone?
Mhm.
Someone here says consistent $75,000 a month, Porter Candle Supply. Yes, they're in our mastermind. So love that. Yep. Sometimes. Okay. Always. Totally.
Totally. Right.
Me. Okay.
And this happens to everybody at every single stage, even for us, even for our masterminds, everybody human. Like you get overwhelmed because if you're ambitious, you set really big goals, right? And then the way that we work with our masterminders usually is we work in 90-day increments. Same with our students in multi-stream machine. Now that still feels really big because remember, these are broken down where it's like divided by 4 in a way, because we're taking a year goal and breaking it down into 4s because there's 4 quarters in the year. Now, that's where we're at, and we usually will start executing. Now, the thing with life and with business is that you constantly have to be realigning yourself, right? So it gets overwhelming because as if all things happen perfectly, then your plan would happen, right? But oftentimes you have to keep rechecking in to see how that happens. And it's easy to get derailed. The best of us get derailed, you know? And so that's kind of what we're going to be talking about is what do you do when you get derailed, and how can you really think about having still reaching those big goals but not feeling overwhelmed by them. Like what do you do now that you feel overwhelmed by it in this moment of now we're into February, right?
Can you believe it? Welcome to the second day of February.
Yeah.
Um, so
Today is a lucky day. 2222, everybody. Sending out the magic. Okay, done.
thank you for the magic. I feel it. Um, so Oh my God, you distracted my thought. Where was I going with this?
Oh, it's already into February, and we break it down into 90-day goals usually, and now you
Right.
feel overwhelmed.
Okay, so in multi-stream machine, those of you who do the pay in full option and multi-stream machine, the doors are opening on February 17th. So we are like 15 days away. We do have the 90-day roadmap, and people say that that's worth their total investment into the course. They want it, people
Mhm.
want to buy it. It's incredible, and it comes as a bonus in the course. And we really help people think through what they're going to do in the next 90 days. And we use our framework, which is systems, visibility, and sales, right? We help you figure out that framework, because a lot of times we feel like there's so much to do, and there's things that we're currently doing that we need to improve, and then there's all those new big things that we want to do. So
Yeah.
I know I want to relate this to weight loss because it's kind of a general conversation. People can understand weight loss.
People can wrap their minds around weight loss
Yeah.
very easily.
So let's say you say, I want to lose 20 pounds. And you're like, okay, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. But 20 pounds, you're like, I don't know if I can lose 20 pounds. It sounds like a huge number, and all the hard things I'm going to have to do to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to have to wake up. I'm going to have to work out. I'm going to have to
Mhm.
eat better. I'm going to have to drink water. And eventually it feels almost crushing. And
Get
people who
better
need,
sleep, all the
yeah.
different things.
And when you want to lose a significant amount of weight, remember when we were in our 20s and 5 pounds was like so easy? Like you just not eat for a day and like you lost 5 pounds. Now it's like 20
I
years.
would accidentally lose weight. Just
No,
kidding.
20 years later, you're like, I'm still trying to lose off 5 pounds, but it's turned into 40.
My baby weight, my kid's 6 years old.
I know. I feel like you're personally attacking me here. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so when you think about 20 pounds, it feels overwhelming, and so
Yeah.
many things, and that's the reason why it feels hard to lose weight. And so, you might say, well, how do you lose 20 pounds? 1 pound at a time. But
Yeah.
even 1 pound sometimes feels like a lot, especially when five is hard to lose now versus back in the day when it felt easier. So five in itself is intimidating. So
Mhm.
how do you lose 20 pounds? 1 ounce at a time. Right? You want to break your big goals down into micro goals. And how do you get there? You take micro action, because
Mhm.
the big things, it's the tiny little steps that we take that are going to lead to the bigger results. For example, speaking of somebody trying to lose 20 pounds, a smoothie and water, right? But
Mhm.
I've been doing this for 6 months. So it's now a part of my day to day, and it's a small thing versus that immediate result that people often want. I want a big result, and I want it fast, versus little micro actions that you can take to hit micro goals 1 ounce at a time that will equal 1 pound. And then it'll equal 2 pounds, and then it'll equal 3 pounds. And eventually you'll get to your goal. But it takes action, and it takes setting goals.
Yeah, for sure. I think that we get overwhelmed and we get stuck, right? Or we get derailed and we give up. So a lot of times, let's stay with this analogy. You're trying to lose weight, you want to be healthier, all the things, and you end up having a bad day and you end up eating a bunch of Big Macs, okay? So
Such a cliche. Can we go to In and Out then? Can we just turn it into
yeah,
In and
okay,
Out?
fine, fine.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Animal style french fries
Oh
or
my
whatever,
God.
okay? And so you end up having a bad day, and then you give up because, okay, now I'm midway through, I might as well have a bad day. That's what a lot of people say.
Mhm.
Or I'll just turn this into a bad week and it's fine. I'll start
I'll start next
Monday.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't stop to think, okay, I went off track and then I'll get back on track. Right. The thing that I really, really like about the micro actions, those micro steps, is because a lot of times when I'm trying to do stuff, even thinking about this weight loss journey, it's not that I'm trying to lose weight, though I want to lose weight. I know that in order to consistently do something, I have to want to do it. Otherwise, I feel very unmotivated. So, one of the things that I was doing was I was getting 10,000 steps in a day, and I was, which is like one of my micro things, 10,000 steps a day. So the other thing that I was trying to do was do a half hour workout on top of that. And so sometimes it would get derailed. And then I thought, okay, well, I can just get back on track, which I've been doing, but it is hard to do. And so I've been having to listen to my body. That's what's been really hard for me, is that before I would just be like so disappointed in myself, and I would be like, I really hate doing this. I'm doing this begrudgingly. I I'm supposed to be working out and doing these half-hour workouts even when I don't feel like it for consistency's sake. And then I realized that actually it was a mind thing. I actually need to do it when I enjoy doing it. So I've been trying to do it where, okay, if I feel like eating something, if I want to, it's my food therapy. I will eat it and I know that, okay, it will make me feel better and I won't feel any guilt towards it, right? It's just like me eating kathom. It's like this really fatty rice thing for Lunar New Year. That's not healthy per se, but it gives me therapy, right? So the other part of that, and not that food is therapy, but even thinking about when I'm exercising, I've had to reframe in my mind where I actually look forward to doing this half hour exercise instead of doing it begrudgingly. So I think that there ends up being this element of doing these micro actions and listening to yourself as a person on how you um take action. So for me, for example, I've done that my whole life where, it's like, okay, the 15th of the month I'm paying taxes to my body. Well, this one is every single day I'm paying therapy to my mind and body, right? So I've had to reframe it for myself. So when you get derailed, I think you have to really honor yourself in the way that you work. And the way that I work, I like grounding myself in these little actions. So often micro actions are daily work,
Mhm.
like daily things that you do. So instead of feeling like, oh, I have to lose 20 pounds today or this week, or I'm never going to get off track, you come back to, okay, this is what I ultimately wanted to do. I can just start today and I will do it 1 pound at a time, you
Mhm.
know?
Well, 1 ounce even.
Yeah, 1 ounce at a time
Mhm.
or whatever it ends up being, and then they add up and they cumulatively, compound together, and I think that that's the thing with living life as an entrepreneur is you have to kind of understand micro actions are micro actions, but it's the consistency of it, but how do you continually motivate yourself in those micro actions,
Mhm.
and it feels easier when you do it in a certain way.
So how do you get to your first 1,000 followers on Instagram?
One
One
person at a
follower at a
time.
time. How do you get to your first 1,000 people on your email list? One person at a time, right? So if you
Mhm.
set a goal that you wanted to just like, so if you set a micro goal, right? So if you say, I want to grow my email list, which I'm going to tell you is more important than your Instagram following. So if you want to do anything, this is what I want
Mhm.
you to do this year. If last year taught us anything. So if you're on social, use social to grow your email list, right?
Yeah.
This is something we teach in multi-stream machine as well. But it feels overwhelming when you say, I want 1,000 people, or I want 5,000 people, or
Yeah.
I want 40,000 people. It feels overwhelming. So you do one person at a time. And how do you get
Mm.
one person at a time? You ask one at a
Yeah.
time if you need to. You do an action that gets them to opt in one at a time. You keep working on it. Okay, so let's say you do a story and or a reel and at the end the call to action is join my email list for 15% off, right?
Mhm.
And maybe you get a couple people that join your email list.
Yeah.
That's two people. Be proud of the two people. You're like, you can't say, oh, I didn't get 20 or 30 or 200 people.
Yeah, if you get 3 people a day, that's 1,000 people on your email list. So, for example, if you go on and like Jacqueline said, you do a story and you end up getting 10 people, well, next day you don't even need to get people, but you should still do the action. The micro action of going on there and asking for more emails. Now, how do you get other emails? Oh, you ask your friends and family to forward an email or whatever, or you when you're attending a in-person event, you invite people to be on your email list. If you have a storefront, you make sure that the cashier that works for you knows say, hey, make sure you sign up for our email list. So it's all these little micro actions that happen. So it's one person at a time, two people at a time, three people at a time, and it ends up snowballing. And it feels much more attainable to do than thinking about, I need to reach um 20,000 people by the end of this year. It just feels too much.
Okay, who would like to add $1,000 to their revenue this month? Anybody? 1,000 bucks. Maybe you haven't hit $1,000 a month yet in sales, or maybe you have. So who wants $1,000? I'm getting hearts over here on Instagram. Okay, do you know how you hit $1,000? Me? Okay. How do you make an extra $1,000? You sell somebody something for $83.33 12 times. You find 12 people to buy from you with an average cart value of $83. So how many of you feel like you could go out there and find 12 people to buy something for you for under $100, $83? Can you get your cart value to that and sell it to 12 people this month? It's February. Can you do it? That's one every other day.
That's only a dozen people.
Yeah. So I want you to break your big goals up, because I know so many of you say, I want a $100,000 salary. Okay. Well, or I want a $100,000 business. Well, that's $8,333 a month. But let's break that down. Let's get to that first $1,000. Let's do 12 people with an average cart value of $83.33. I think you can do it. Do you think you can do it? Because it feels overwhelming when you go for the 100,000. But for the 1,000, if you all just sold to 12 extra people per month with an average cart value, that's $12,000 just by selling to 12 extra people a month. That's $12,000 added to your total revenue. But I guarantee the second you sell to 12, the next month you can figure out how to sell to 24. And the next month.
When I first started my business, Little Labels, and even also when I was doing freelance work, right? I remember that I would break it down and I would think, okay, I know that I want to make enough money to pay for our internet and pay for our long distance bill. This is how long I've been in business. For all of you that are way young, you used to have to pay for like AT&T or a long distance carrier, and there's like additional things, right? So for example, I had to pay for an 800 number back in the day, So I knew that I needed to make a certain amount of money. Okay. I want to make enough money to pay for my electricity bill. I want enough money to pay for my Netflix and Hulu and all these other subscriptions that I cannot live without. I want to make enough money to, what else is there? To pay for my phone bill, my cell phone bill, and to go out or have a weekly budget of, I don't know, $200 or something like that, right? So you start really, really small. And I remember thinking, in my mind, it felt like I'm getting my electricity for free, because it was like, oh, okay, I put into action, oh, this is, what I'm doing. I just had to do this one project and boom, free internet for the month, even though I had earned that money in that day, right? So you break it down into, okay, this is what I am doing, and it all adds up, and it feels really good because you understand, back then it was like, okay, I'm making this amount of money. I know this is what I want to contribute to the household, and this is what it's taking care of. So when you think about a big goal that you have, okay, well, you have a big goal and you want to sell this certain amount, it's helpful to break it down, like Jacqueline said. So, oh, I want to make $1,000. Okay, well, that's $83 times 12 purchases. And then with that $1,000, okay, the $1,000, I'm going to use that to pay for my warehouse rent, or probably not a warehouse rent, but what's another rent, right? It could be your apartment rent, depending where you live, your Iowa apartment rent, 1 bedroom.
You keep knocking that 1,000 down.
I know. It's
It'll
like
pay for your Starbucks this month.
100% I will. Because I'm like, I want to make it relatable to all of you, but then I'm realizing,
Race Ready Obstacle says one of our first goals was making enough to cover the cost of our truck payment. And they're a multi-stream machine student.
Thank you, Race Ready Obstacles. I was like, I don't know. Like, it's like,
can't do it. But someone's cackling. Okay, it's Nicole. So that's but what is it, right? It might be when you're first starting that you want to pay your cell phone bill. Yeah. I'm going to do this business. I use my cell phone to scroll the internet all day. So I'm going to take 200 of it and it's going to pay my cell phone bill. That's one bill, maybe off of my family, that my family doesn't have to pay or contribute to, so that you feel like your business is putting something back in, right?
100%. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like, I'm like, imagine an old person grappling for technology explanations. That's how I feel this morning.
When my grandma's trying to explain the internet.
Yeah.
Never asked her, but I should totally ask her. Grandma, how do you think the internet works? Um, I'm
Yeah.
glad we make your day over there. So let's say, so who can pick a small bill that is a bill that your family currently pays, you pay, your spouse pays, it's something that's like
Hmm.
a home bill, but it's used for business that you can take the weight off of your family, for example, and say, if I'm going to spend all day listening to these ladies cackle and learn business, that it can pay it, right? I want my business to pay for itself first. Totally. But are you paying
Oh
your phone
yeah,
bill?
100%. Your business should also pay for itself. What I'm saying is that oftentimes people will not even pay themselves. So even if the payment is even if the business is paying for yourself and you're profitable, what do you do with that little bit of money? So there's some, especially women, and I'm generalizing here always, is that especially women, they will stop and not never pay themselves, right? They will, but for me personally, I found it easier to know that I was contributing to the household. So even if I'm profitable by $200 a month, I'm paying for our cell phone bill. Or if I'm profiting, $500 a month, I'm paying for our car payment. Or $1,000 a month, I'm paying for car and insurance for the year. It makes you feel like you're contributing something that is you're paying yourself, but it's going towards something too. So it feels more tangible and feels more doable. The goal at the end is feels more concrete.
Because sometimes, like, if you're like, I take $200 a month out of my business for myself, it doesn't feel like a lot, right? But if you know
Mhm.
that the weight of something in your life can be, and please talk to your CPAs, because it's twofold. Either you take the $200 into your bank account and you pay whatever bill you want with it, or your
Yeah, it would
your
be a draw likely, but again,
or
we're
your
not CPAs.
right, or your business can pay for something, right? But and I know I feel like we're kind of getting off a little bit because someone's like,
Mhm.
I want to, pay for my business. We want you to make enough money. We want your businesses to generate enough revenue that you have enough to operate your businesses. You have
Mhm.
enough to pay yourself and hire a team. You have
Mhm.
enough to save for a day that, sales have gone down,
Yes.
emergency savings fund. You have enough to invest, right? That you
Mhm.
could start putting away to your retirement. And you have enough to spend to live the life today that you've been blessed to have, that you can actually enjoy for all the things you do. Now, is this in the millions and millions of dollars? Not necessarily. That's why we're
Yeah.
trying to show you from a micro goal and micro action standpoint. If it's not a lot of money, can we add $1,000 by adding on 12 new customers or 12 people that actually just buy from you for $83? Okay. Then, if it feels overwhelming to get to $100,000, where can you go and how much can you make? Whether you're going to pay yourself, we talk about like that expensive chocolate bar, or you're going to go get
Mhm.
yourself a venti coffee, like whatever it is, there's little treats you're going to give yourself for working. And then you can also think, okay, there might be small bills,
Yeah.
small responsibilities that my company can start to pay for that make it feel like it's contributing back to my household. Because I bet a lot of you feel like you do a lot, you work a lot, you're in your studios and craft rooms, like I'm in my mom's right now, but you're not contributing it back. It all feels
Mhm.
like the company just swallows it and keeps eating it up, right? Do you feel
Yeah.
that way?
Right. And then you get overwhelmed by it. So the whole point of this episode today is really thinking about you're in overwhelm and the goal feels so big. So, how can we break it down into micro actions and micro goals? Well, one of the things, and the reason why I brought up this whole paying for a bill sort of thing, is because we're adding a motivator, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times you get derailed, you feel overwhelmed because you're like, I need to get here and then I can pay for this, or I need to get here and I don't know how to get in. I'm feeling so overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. Well, how do you move forward? You do it one day at a time. How do
So
you grow your business? One micro action at a time.
So the way that this whole conversation came up was actually yesterday with one of our students, was a conversation of the student feeling overwhelmed by a bill, overwhelmed by a rent for a large warehouse space. And we were trying to coach the student through it. And one of the things that we said was, okay, it feels really overwhelming right now, the amount of overhead that your business has, right? It feels overwhelming to try and hit I think it was like needing $20,000 in overhead. It feels overwhelming to do that $20,000 based on the way you've been running business. And the coaching that we gave was, you have wholesale, you've got because here's the thing, right? This person, their main sales platform, and this is why we have multi-stream machine, to get you all on multiple platforms in case something either stops, right? There's a global pandemic that shuts it down. There's a Instagram out for, like, there's something happens. Etsy closes your shop. Somehow the algorithm is working against you. There's a snowstorm and people aren't coming to your store
every day.
I'm just saying. Right? So things are always going to happen. So this particular student has multi-stream machine, is on multiple platforms, and this student feels like the current way that they've been selling is just kind of not working right now. And the student feels really overwhelmed by their overhead, really overwhelmed on how to reach that overhead. And one of the things that's putting stress on the student is the physical space that they've rented. So our advice was, well, you've started wholesale, which is over here, which is slowly growing. It's a small percentage of your business, but you're selling it. And you've got this other platform. How much do you have to pay for your rent? It was like $4,000. Okay. Could you make $4,000 a month from wholesale to pay for the rent? Right? Can that be a goal? Can you go to wholesale and say, okay, I don't need, because it feels overwhelming when a lot of you, when we started this, said that wholesale was something you wanted to do. That was a goal. Well, it feels really overwhelming to say, I want to get into 800 shops, or I want to make $100,000 off of wholesale orders. That all feels very big. So if you can say, I'm going to add this platform on, or I'm going to lean into this sales channel or sales platform to make an extra $4,000 a month to pay for this rent that's stressing me out, that feels more attainable than trying to hit $20,000.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Right.
Makes sense to you, at least.
Anybody? Crickets? No, it's delayed in the thing.
Yeah. I got some hearts. Okay.
Okay, good. So yeah, it does feel better, right? And we're talking bigger numbers. This person has a very big business. So 4,000, 20,000. I know that seems big. So scale it back a little. Because that's
why we said phone bill, for example.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So let's say it's $2,000 and it's $400, right? I'm taking off a zero. So it's way easier to think I need to make instead of being like, I need to make $2,000 this month. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And you know what? I know that my truck bill is $400. I'm going to go, and it's a company truck. Let's just pretend. I'm going to go with, how can I make that $400 to make sure that lifts the pressure off my plate of paying that $400, because that is a significant portion of my overall expenses.
Right. So does that, it definitely makes sense. We're getting over here on Instagram. So that's what we're trying to do it, right? We want you to wrap your head around micro actions leaning towards micro goals that will all add up. You hear us talk about the snowball of sales a lot, right? A snowball starts off the size of your hand. You make a snowball. But if you roll that snowball and you keep rolling it and it has momentum, it will get bigger and bigger and bigger. You roll it down a hill, it will go faster, the bigger that it is. So, but it had to start off as a small snowball. You have to start your snowball of sales. You have to start your momentum. You have to start your snowball of growing your email list. You have to start your snowball of paying for something in your business, because so many people say, I'm putting it back in my business. And I just want to transition that a little bit to what we're going to teach tomorrow, and in Bestseller Secrets Challenge, which is the 80-20 rule of what to focus. Because you all, I don't know if you know this, but 20% of the things that you make or sell can account for 80% of your revenue. So if we want to go to like $1,000, if we want to stick with that example, $800 per every $1,000 that you sell can come from your best sellers.
Yeah. And we will teach you how. So going with the snowball analogy, I really like this one. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
So you have a fork in front of you. You have a snowball. You're making a snowman.
A fork in the road, or a
literal fork in the road.
Okay. Pitchfork?
A fork in the road. You're in the front of it. You have a snowball. And then Jacqueline and Minna are saying, here's the way with bestsellers. The snow is really fluffy over here. You can get the snowball really big. This is the way to go. The other path is like gravel, there's patches of snow. And that is the doing it on your own, trying to figure it out on your own and not using bestsellers. So your snowball is slowly melting. It's getting some patches of snow, right? So your snowball is kind of like getting to be not the biggest snowball. So which path? Which path? Is it
Yes.
which path do you choose? I was like, what is it called? Where it's like you get to choose one or the other, you know.
There's a whole like quote poem. Like, which path do you choose to go down? And the
Yeah,
other one
I
says,
see.
and
Thank
it's
you,
uphill.
Tracy. Thank you. Tracy says, and it's uphill. Right.
And
So
ours
that
is
path.
downhill. But you're not going downhill. It's just helps with your momentum.
Yes.
Gets you there faster. Imagine a bike.
Choose your own adventure. Thank you, Laura. Thank you.
Don't worry, we will teach you all of this next week. No.
So which path do you want to go on? Which adventure, right? So
Barefoot. I love that you are all adding. We need to just do a whole Mad Libs over here.
So that's what we want to show you is that, okay, this is awesome, you know, and sometimes the micro action is making sure that you know which direction you're going or patting the snow one and making sure it's, you know, adding on little bits of snow, right?
Putting on snow boots instead of walking barefoot like Maureen.
Exactly. You know,
maybe wearing wool socks. Let's just keep this one going. No. So that's a thing, right? It's small. And so you feel it feels overwhelming when we look at the big picture and we look at the entire path ahead of us and we're like, how am I going to get this ball bigger, you know, a mile away? It feels like a lot. But if you're just like, okay, I'm going to first scoop the snow, I'm going to pat it, then I'm going to put it in the snow, then I'm going to roll it 5 feet. Right? Then I'm going to roll it another 5 feet. And then eventually this momentum is going to carry you more than your efforts needing to push you. So for bestseller secrets and for the 80-20 rule tomorrow, and where I was going with this, for every $1,000 you sell, $800 can come from your bestsellers. We're going to teach this tomorrow. We're going to teach it in Bestseller Secrets Challenge. And the reason I say that is a lot of you that are telling us that you reinvest back into your business. If we were to get into your business, if we were to like come over, take a look at all the stuff, you're like, look around your room and say, okay, you've got all this stuff and where are you spending your money? I will guarantee a lot of you are spending your money on a lot of things that have nothing to do with your bestsellers. So when you're reinvesting, because when you lean into the things you're known for, when you lean into your bestsellers, all of a sudden your costs can go down because you're buying in bulk, right? Some of you are going to be like, I still run over to like, you know, the local grocery store to buy my sugar for, you know, my baking company or whatever it is, or I still go to Michael's or I still do whatever. But when you can really lean in, because that's the creative side of you, that's the side where you're like, maker's got to make, designer's got to design, like I just need my creative whatever. But that's actually taking money from out of your pocket. Right. You are not effortlessly making $800 out of every $1,000 you make from 20% of your products. You're just trying everything, spending all of your money, dispersing it all, throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks instead of really leaning into the thing that your customers are already telling you that they want. So stick with us through tomorrow's workshop. Come to the challenge. It's going to be different because we want you to keep more money in your pocket. We want you to be profitable. We want you to spend it on the things you want to spend it on. We don't want you to spend it on like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of people like all the components for your jewelry company when people keep buying bracelets and rings from you. So stop making earrings and necklaces. Stop spending all of your time and money trying to push the things that they're not buying and lean into the things that they are.
Yeah, because it's all about saving time, making money, and conserving your energy, using your energy where you want it to go, right? And that really is like the benefit of knowing your bestseller. And that's what we're going to be teaching you and how to use that and how to be profitable and how to keep money in your pocket, like what Jacqueline was saying, because ultimately it takes these small steps, right? It takes these small steps of getting you to, you know, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, 4,000, 8,000, 16,000, 32,000. 64,000. Okay, that's the quickest math I can do for now.
She's going for it again, guys. I love it. I was like, you keep picking really big numbers here, Minna.
I'm like, trying to
You're
do things on
climbing
the
by
fly.
eights.
So it'll be a
I,
really great time, but it also will be benefiting your business as well.
I love Julie wrote this. One lit bike a month is a multi-stream machine payment. That's how I justify joining multi-stream machine. So it was that idea too,
Mm.
right? Where
Uh-huh.
sometimes, and I know a lot of you are going to be on the fence in a few weeks. Some of you have been waiting forever to get into multi-stream machine. And then some of you are going to, here are some of your thoughts that I know you're going to have. It's not going to work for me. It worked for them, but it's not going to work for me. Okay.
Mhm.
That's a huge thought you're going to have.
Do I invest in it now or do I wait?
Do I wait? But my business isn't making money yet to invest into something.
Mhm.
What if I'm just starting? This isn't going to work for me if I'm just starting.
Mhm.
I've been doing this forever and nothing's going to possibly change. I can't afford it, right? Like I can't afford to invest in myself.
Mhm.
But the thing is that we've heard them. We've heard them all before, and then we've seen people sign up and change their lives.
Mhm.
So however you're going to need to justify it for yourself or realize that you're going to have to take that leap, those are the micro actions you take, right? We
Yeah.
offer payment plans. So it's like then do exactly what they said where they were like one of these a month will make my payment.
Yeah.
Those are those little things where like if you could just overcome those objections that your brain is putting out there because it's just so worried or it's like it's not going to work for me or there's no way it's possible, then say okay, I'm going to take the payment
Well,
plan.
those are called micro excuses
Oh yeah.
because anytime you come through any, let's say you do want to lose weight, or let's take it back to where we first were. It always has to do with time and money. I don't have the time to work out. I need to invest in a gym, but I don't have money to invest in a trainer. It's expensive to eat healthy. I just, all these different things. So the thing is though, it does take a decision to take those micro actions. So doing it step by step. And I love that somebody said, I took my payment and that's how I paid for it because they found a way. You all are entrepreneurs. And even with life, there's people doing what you do, right? So we know that other people have found a way and we know that you can do it too, right? Just like there's people that have lost 20 pounds, and they have done it. So you can do it too. It's just a matter of, okay, I need to take the micro actions. I need to continually improve myself. I need to continually reinvest the time and money into X goal, whatever it is, of losing 20 pounds, getting healthier, whatever it is. And I need to stick with it. And so I think that that's the whole idea of micro actions is that instead of it feeling overwhelming, it can feel really, really attainable. So even for our multi-stream machine students, you get access to the entire course, right? And everybody's like, "Oh, I'm not sure where to go." Well, a lot of our students start with the 90-day roadmap, or they start with whatever module that they want to do.
They go through the path to profit, which is in the very first module. They figure
Right,
out their
right.
path to profit. Yeah.
Right. So they start with one module. And then let's say, oh, I decided I, want to go into wholesale. Okay. I'm going to start with watching the wholesale module. And I'm
That's a
going to,
micro action towards your
yeah.
micro goal or towards your big goal of getting it selling wholesale. But first, you need to one, invest in the program, two,
Mhm.
watch the videos,
Yeah,
right?
watch the videos. And then next time I'm going to, okay, now I'm going to rewatch it and actually take notes of what I'm going to actually do and set it into my calendar. Okay, that's another micro action. Okay, now I'm going to take my plan. I broke it down into 12 things that I'm going to be doing over the next 12 weeks, week by week, and I'm going to put it into my calendar. This is my focus for this week after watching the wholesale module. Okay, this week I'm going to research, how to figure out wholesale. This week I'm going to figure out how to do my line sheet, things like that, right? So 12 things. Okay, then I'm going to every single week do those 12 things, right? And if I feel overwhelmed one of those weeks, I'll go back to, okay, this was my ultimate goal. I want to get on wholesale and I'm going to get back on track, right? Because you just break it down and you keep going after it, right? But
Mhm.
if I were to say, you need to complete the multi-stream machine, the entire thing, it would feel overwhelming. But you get to, like a buffet, pick what you want to do and you get to do it piece by piece,
Right.
right?
And step by step. And I mean, that's why the program is not, dripped out. It is, you get it all at once. And then we really recommend you go through the first module of picking your path to profit. And
Mhm.
this is what you'll learn. You'll learn about systems, visibility, and sales, because you might be like, I need new pictures. I need to clean up my shipping process. I need to
Yeah.
figure out inventory. I need to price all my products correctly. And all of a sudden, it feels like a boulder is sitting on your chest. But instead, when we take you through our system, when we teach you our methods, and we help you pick your path to profit, you will pick the first thing you're going to work on. A lot of you will go to pricing, for example, because that's what's going to put more money back in your pocket, right? So
Mhm.
you'll go and you might end up in the pricing module and you'll be like, okay. And then you want to know what our next micro step for you will be? First, work on the costing of your best sellers. Forget all the thousands of other things you're selling right now that nobody's buying. You don't have to cost those yet. Go and work on your best sellers. Work on the things that are selling, the things that are making you money, the things that are going to give you profit and put more money back in your pocket. Does that feel less overwhelming when it's like, okay, I need to work on my pricing, but instead of the 500 SKUs that Etsy told me to have, I'm going
Mhm.
to work on the 10 that sell all day, every
Ooh,
day.
roasted. That's what my daughters have been saying lately. They're always like, "Ooh, roasted."
They're real cool. Why not? But that's the thing, right? It gets overwhelming when we think of the
Yeah.
whole thing. So
Yep.
remember our snowball analogy, right? What is the thing that's going to carry your business with momentum? It's your best sellers. It's 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of the stuff you sell.
Right.
And whether you're starting out or not, there's something that if you're just starting out, for example, you may not know, but you will present what you have. Or you don't come out with all the things, but you come out with the thing that you feel like your customers need, want, or desire the most,
Yeah, we went
right?
over this the last week a little bit too of, the Etsy mentality, right? That the Etsy mentality and it's a mistake we see a lot of times for product businesses is you try all the things for everyone. You have all the listings for everyone. You meet all the needs for all the people. You have the same thing, but it's
A
just like
gazillion variations.
yeah, a gazillion things for a gazillion. You're doing all the things. You have the customization for this person. You have a customization for that person, this person, that person, all so many things. And it gets to be too much, right? So we want you to kind of overcome that thought that it needs to be doing all the things for all the people. We're going to make you profitable. And
Mhm.
that's at the end of the day what you need to be as a business.
Right. And to get to those big revenue goals, but the revenue goals don't matter if you're not profitable, if the money isn't staying in the, remember, if you're not able to pay yourself, if you're not saving, if you're not able to pay teams, if you're not able to put money back in the business, if you can't, save for retirement, if you can't spend it, you will get there. It feels intimidating now, but you will
Mhm.
get there.
That's a whole lot of fingers of stuff. So let's focus on one finger at first, finger by finger. That
This
is
is,
the
I'm actually wearing someone's bestseller right now. It's
Oh,
Laurel
yeah,
Lane's knot
Laura Lane
ring.
jewelry. Yeah, it's her knot ring.
So this is her knot ring. This is her bestseller. She can sell this knot ring all day, every day. Different sizes, different colors. I bought the double knot.
Mhm,
Um, I think her bracelets sell well. So guess what we told her as a student? Lean into your knot rings and lean into your knot bracelets, right? Because
mhm.
you can sell those easily. Everybody buys them. Everybody adds to cart. All of a sudden it simplifies her life where she's not like, okay, I got to come up with all new things and all new bracelets and earrings and necklaces and all the things. It's like, can enough people know you for your knot rings? They can. And you could have a very successful business even on Etsy, because people on Etsy eventually, the products that are reviewed the most, right? That have the
Mhm.
best algorithm, the thing that people buy. My mom, I'm sitting in her workroom with her baskets, her Moroccan baskets. She knows that she sells her black and white a lot, her navy and white, even though she has orange
Mhm.
and pink and all these other colors for all the people with all their customizations. There are ones that she sells all the time.
Yeah. Bestsellers are proven to sell. So we'll
Yeah.
get into that more tomorrow. We're super excited to have all of you in there. How many of you feel less overwhelmed now that we talked about these micro actions and micro steps, right? So as you go through these challenges with us, as you go through the workshop tomorrow and then the bestseller secrets challenge with us, that's how we work. Keep it simple, seller. Let's do micro actions, micro goals, because by the end of the time with us, and then when you join Multi-Stream Machine, hoping, you know, then that's when you know that we know for sure that we will have impacted your business in the right way, right? That it's gone from micro action, workshop, challenge, 5-day challenge, you know, micro action, and then a micro goal that will feed into your ultimate goal. That is what we want for all of you.
Yeah. So 1 bite at a time, 1 ounce at a time, 1 micro action at a time, one
Finger at a time.
finger at a time, 1 sale at a time. So here's my challenge to all of you that want to add an extra $1,000 to your revenue this month. Can we do it? Can you do it? Can we say that you can sell to 12 people an average cart value of $83? Can you do that? I want you to prove to yourself that you can make an extra $1,000 from the way that you're selling right now. Wherever you're selling, however you're selling, can you get an average cart value of $83? Whether you bundle it, we're going to teach you this tomorrow and in the Bestseller Secrets Challenge. But can you do that? That doesn't feel as hard. That's going to add $12,000 to your revenue by the end of the year if you did nothing but sell to 12 people.
You know
a
what
month.
would be more than $12,000? If it was me, I
Okay.
would take my $1,000 and invest it into the first payments of Multi-Stream Machine so I can make that a much bigger revenue generating thing. That's a difference between cost and investment, return on investment, right? Because there's an opportunity cost that happens. So, as we're all talking about this, I know you all will be on the fence when it comes up of, okay, what I want to do this, but should I do this? You know, make that $1,000 and start with that, you know, little by little, so you can invest in yourself. The whole thing is that there will be times in your life, in your business, that you do need to invest in yourself in order to kind of jump, right? In order to actually save time and to make money, because you'll need to kind of up level in a way where you didn't have the knowledge, you didn't have the skill sets before.
You can either choose the path uphill, barefoot, in the snow,
On gravel, patches of snow,
trying to roll your snowball uphill with no snow and the momentum, and you're going to have to go a lot further on your own
yourself.
by yourself. Sounds really lovely. Or here's the thing, right? Now, based off this, you know, $1,000, 12 sales, you make 24 sales at $83.33 a month, and you will pay off MSM in total, right?
Yeah.
So can you make 24 sales this year? 24 sales this year. 24 sales even in the next 90 days. I feel every single one of you, without knowing a single thing about your business, you could make 24 sales on average of $83 and easily pay off MSM. But instead, you're wearing snow boots with wool socks. You've got a small ball, but there's lots of fluffy, newly laid snow.
Mm-hmm. You have a wool hat on. There's somebody at the finish line
with a hot cup of cocoa.
Hot cup of cocoa. And then there's people cheering you on, being like, let's go. You can do it. Push that snowball, you know? And it's just much more fun.
Jessica says, oh my gosh, you're so good at this pitch. You make me want to buy Multi-Stream Machine again.
There's a rainbow in the background.
This one, the Small Cup Design said, I pay monthly and thought I'd sell a painting a month to cover the cost. Now I'm selling triple and they're covering the cost.
Oh gosh, so, selling triple. I mean, that is literally the example of return on investment right there.
Right. Lynn says, I paid for Multi-Stream Machine in 1 sale to 1 client, right? So let's break it down to 24 sales. 24 sales. Anyone that's been on the fence that has, you know, it's just total. It's $1,997 total.
Yeah,
lifetime
total.
Access,
not per month.
No. Lifetime access. You get all future updates. You get the bonuses, right? For 24 sales of $83.33. Yes. I fully believe there's no possible way you all can't do this if you take micro actions and take these steps. So whether the obstacle ahead of you is deciding whether you're going to invest in yourself or whether you can, you know, make that money. Because again, I know if you all start to add $1,000 a month, it'll snowball with us, right? If you all, it'll snowball to $2,000. Do you know how quickly your snowball will grow to $8,333? That's what's going to get you to a $100,000 business. And that is what the majority of you say that you want to be a 6-figure business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One tiny step a day, one action, right? Knit12 says, I did 2 vendor shows in December that paid for MSM.
Yay.
Team, can you grab some of those comments? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I want. And anyone that has commented about MSM and how fast they paid off MSM or any of that, would you mind DMing us or sending us a message? Because it will really help also when we're telling more people about it. Candy says, I stressed out when I first hit the buy button on MSM. Like I was literally having a panic attack. I never once thought about it again. As soon as I logged in, saw the value and started implementing and seeing results immediately. Do it. You need it and you won't regret it. Thank you for saying that.
Thank you, Candy.
Yeah. So I just want you to let's lift this mindset. Let's all take micro actions. Who's in it to add an extra $1,000 this month? Who can make 12 sales at $83? 12
I
sales.
hope everybody's raising their hand.
Say yes in the comments, some hearts. Let us know you're in. We're in it with you. That's why for 6 weeks, we are showing up live with you. For 6 weeks, we are helping you change your mindset around this first, because so much of it is your mindset. It's not your product. It's none of the others. It's not how much you know about business. It's you first, my friends.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you will start to see the results in your business. Okay. Yes. People are raising their hands. Me. Yes. Me. Let's do it. All right. Let's do it together. And we'll see you all inside of the workshop. There's a free pop-up group. Let us know when you hit that and let's do it together. Okay. And then if you want to figure out how to get that bundle, Tracy, show up to these workshops and the challenge, because we're going to help you figure out your offers and what you're selling with your bestsellers.
Yep.
All right.
So excited. Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone.
Thanks for showing up for us. Bye-bye.